Happy Winter Een Mas. Today it's all about those racing games. Hey, so today is day 5. Day 5 is racing games. So it's all about being fast, or in some cases just having a good laugh in a game like Mario Kart. Why don't we hop over to Chronik Spartan and see what he enjoys?
Now, when it comes to racing games, I'm a huge fan of racing games, and there's absolutely loads in terms of gameplay that I think are amazing, but there's one game that's going to stick out for me in my memory forever, and that's Burnout 2. And that's because that came out at a time when me and my mates used to always go around to, I remember my first mate that got a house, we ended up going to his quite a lot, and we'd be drinking and playing games. And one night we were playing Burnout 2, and one of our mates had recently purchased a BB gun. And so we thought it would be a great idea that every time you crash in the game, you get shot in the arm with a BB gun. And that just made for the most diabolically fun and entertaining game. And the thing that was most funny about it was that you're racing and you're trying your hardest not to crash because you don't want to get shot by the BB gun. But as soon as you crash and you do, you're so preoccupied with the fact of how much your arm now hurts that you're crashing more and more. And I tell you what, there were some crazy nights and we ended up with quite a few marks on our arms. So yeah, definitely Burnout 2 has to be the game for me. And once again, it's not just because of the fantastic game that it is, but it's about the times and the experiences I had with my mates when we played it.
Thank you there, Chronik, for your choice of racer. Burnout was just an amazing franchise. Let's just be honest there. I had that, I think it came to the DS. I'm pretty sure it was on the DS, alongside your PlayStation, and it was on the GameCube. But it was just great. There was nothing I enjoyed more than just playing the wrecking mode, where you just wanted to do the most spectacular mass amount of damage while just destroying your car. That was a brilliant thing. I would love to see this game come back on the modern consoles or on the Switch. We could actually have quite a lot of fun there. But yeah, as a racer itself, it was quite good. And I think that it was a necessity in a way that we needed something with a bit more reality about when you smash into another car, your car takes damage, and there's tactical play in this to win. Also need to be careful because you don't want to take too much damage, otherwise you're just not going to get the speed up. But yeah, thank you for that. What an absolute great game. Let's go and see what Sega Head has to say on racing.
What's fucking next? Racing. Shit the bed. Racing? Well, I did quite enjoy Team Sonic Racing, but that's not my favourite racing game of all time. I'm torn between Wipeout HD. When I first played that, the graphics blew my fucking mind. And I did play it for a very fucking long time. Didn't complete it though, to be honest with you. So it's either that or Burnout Paradise City. Because on the PS3 one, no, the PS4 one, they ruined it. But on the PS3 one, you could import your CDs and have your music playing in the game perfectly. And of course the volume would lower and raise depending if there was a narrator in the background, which was fucking handy, saves you pissing about. Playing that game with Rob Zombie in the background. It was great. Then the PS4, they did a remake of it, but you can't import a CD to that. Oh look, things are fucking pinging. Yeah, the PS4 one ruined it. They said instead of importing your CDs, use our Spotify app. I don't fucking like Spotify! Alright? It's not my cup of tea. So that's useless. Other people said, oh, I just have the CD player on in the background. You can do that with any game, you
Another two great choices there, Sega Head. Honestly, Wipeout HD. I haven't played that version of Wipeout, but I remember playing Wipeout back on the PlayStation. Beautiful, beautiful game. Brilliant idea. There are so many similar games coming out at the moment as well. It's just wonderful. I hope that we see some more Wipeout games. I really do. And then your second choice, Burnout Paradise City. Now I remember this game quite heavily. It was so fun to play. So again, yeah, great choice. Everybody go check out Sega Head. Links here, description below as well. You're gonna love him. Absolutely legend. Thank you again for being on the channel. Now that we've seen Sega Head's choice, why don't we go and check in with Frosty on what their choice is?
Racing, I don't play a lot of, but if I were to pick a favorite of the few that I have played, it would definitely be Blur. I like the fact that they have inserted realistic cars in there and added some power-ups that you can use, and the idea of having to use off-road cars for some maps and street cars for better performance in street maps, stuff like that. It's a good concept.
Yeah, again there, Frosty introduced me to a game I've never heard of. Blur just sounds like a brilliant racing game. I don't understand why I've not properly heard of this. So thank you again for introducing us to that one. I'm gonna have to check this out. You're just building up this list of games I'm gonna have to play. It's just crazy, man. Come on, play more games that I know of, so I don't have to add anything to my list. But no, thank you so much with covering what your favourite racer is. Why don't we go and check in with the Button Bashers on what theirs is?
So next on the list we have racing. To be honest with you, I like new racing games. Back in the day I used to have my little steering wheel on my PlayStation 1 and play racing games on that. Obviously Mario Kart, absolutely love Mario Kart, but I don't really see Mario Kart as a pure racing game. It is fun and it's great to play with mates, but I wouldn't really sit and play Mario Kart by myself. So for my racing game, I am going to go with Gran Turismo, the first Gran Turismo on the PlayStation 1. I used to absolutely love this game. So the reason I loved it as well, it's a very layered game. There's a lot more to it than just get in your car, go around a track, try and win. It basically has licenses that you've got to attain. And you've obviously there's time trials and things like that, so there's a lot of challenges to it. You've got the unlockables were ridiculous in Gran Turismo. I literally souped up a Nissan Sunny, so I got the crappiest little car and I souped it up, and it could end up going like 240 brake horsepower, something ridiculous, like really flying off the track. You had to have a spoiler, otherwise it would take off. So for me, Gran Turismo, the first one, I absolutely loved that one.
What a great choice there. Honestly, Gran Turismo it's such a good racing game. Now I'm gonna be honest, that like proper racing game genre I fell out of love with at some point in the late 90s and 2000s. But I do remember playing Gran Turismo. I do remember all the joys with it and actual racing. But games like Mario Kart and F-Zero and Wipeout, basically, those became the ones that I quite enjoyed over like the standard hardcore races. But yeah, no, great choice. Thank you for that, guys, and thank you for being on the channel. Why don't we go over and check with JorGoGo on what their racer is.
For the next topic, he wants you to talk about your favorite racing game.
Oh man, that's a hard one. I've said before, my favorite type of racers are futuristic ones like Wipeout, Quantum Redshift, and Sonic Riders. Then it came Need for Speed Underground 2 that just came to my head, and man, coming to one game was painful. But if I absolutely had to pick one game at gunpoint, it would have to be Quantum Redshift. Not a lot of people know about this game since it was an early Xbox IP and it was made by a studio that had a lifespan of 5 seconds. Now I'm only going to cover this very briefly since I already did an in-depth review over on my channel. The link to that video will probably be down below. Now firstly, this game was meant to compete with PlayStation's IP called Wipeout, or more specifically Wipeout Fusion around the time. Now I'm not sure if y'all noticed this, but the early Xbox days were extreme and over the top. Whenever it was up against an opposing IP, much like now, they copied the formula and multiplied the sheer craziness by 500. Like, for example... Yes, I'm using the same joke, but goddammit, I'm sticking by it. But yeah, this game is super over the top with its speed and how you get around the track. Off the road or on it, this game doesn't care. Exploit the hell out of the track if you want to. Just finish first place. The speed is measured in the difficulty. I played mostly on expert, but if you're going for master or redshift difficulty, oh man, expect to fly everywhere and bump into everything. And believe me, if you're not careful and you don't use your brake, you'll be bouncing all over the place like a goddamn pinball machine. That, along with the turbo you get with every lap, and I swear, your ships run on caffeine and cocaine. Oh my god! Speed isn't the only name in the game, however, because you also have weapons and shields to stop the dudes from taking that first place spotlight that you rightfully earned. And if you feel like an overachiever today and you got your arsenal fully upgraded, murder is a possibility. Just to let you know. Really though, if you have an OG Xbox lying around, I definitely recommend giving this a total shot. I'd say it's one of the many hidden gems for the console that slowly is very much fading away. Other than that, well, that about wraps it up from me. Be sure to check out the Game Take episode if you want to learn more about this, and stay funky, y'all. Back to you, Nate.
Oh, thank you, JorGoGo. That is such an interesting looking game. I've never heard of Quantum Redshift. It to me looks like a Wipeout style game, but it looks brilliant. So fast. So many tricks that can be pulled off of inside. I like the point scoring by you doing stuff that's a little bit edgy and at risk. I think that's brilliant. So yeah, no, great choice. Thank you so much for that, and thank you for being on the channel. So I guess it's time to go and see what my racer of choice is. Over to me. For me, racing games, I have to go with Fast RMX. That is just a genius design of a game. So if you're a fan of Wipeout or F-Zero, Fast RMX is exactly what you need. It's pretty affordable on the eShop. It looks so beautiful. It came out pretty much around the release day of the Switch, so it's been on there for quite a while. It was a Wii U game. They changed the name as they merged it over. They upgraded it. They gave some enhancements. But essentially, it's all about going fast but keeping control. The challenge does build up very quickly. I have to say, I have struggled in some parts with it because no matter what, it really does need that perfect accuracy in the later game. But to be honest, I also like it. I like that challenge just sitting there, gnawing at me for not achieving it yet. So yeah, go check that out. It's really fun to play with friends. It's really fun to play online. The skill of other players is just beautiful. So yeah, Fast RMX, that's the game you really should go and check out from me as an indie game on the Switch. So that's another video down. We've only got 2 more to go. That's RPG and sports. I can't believe that we're at this point. But honestly, thank you all for coming by, checking this video out. Subscribe to all these beautiful people involved. Make sure you hit the alert bells on them. Go check out their videos, comment away, hit the like button. Hit the like button on this video, get into the comments below, let us know what your racing game of choice is, so we can go and check those out as well, because who doesn't want to keep building up their list of great games to go and play? So yes, that's it from me. As I've already said, thank you all for watching, and until next time, keep it geeky.
Geeky.